You must write it down.
Yes.
And now, citrate. No? And then, which is the most important vitamin? Which are the most important? Yeah.
Vitamin 6.
B.
B6.
B6. Why B6?
Why B6? Because B6 that heart, the human body, the heart function and neural function. We need the vitamin 6.
That
B6.
is correct. But it is not so decisive, because with every transformation of the hormones,
Transformation hormone.
of the hormones, you need
Vitamin B6
B6 and magnesium.
and magnesium.
What is the basic compound of all hormones? Compound, yes. What's which one?
Cortisol.
Cholesterol.
Cholesterol.
Therefore, don't lower the level of cholesterol, not too much lower, because you need it for the production of all hormones. When there is DHEA, it starts from cholesterol. When there is estradiol, you start from cholesterol. When there is testosterone, you start from cholesterol. So you see how important it is not to lower the cholesterol. And therefore, when the cholesterol level is below 240, we don't do anything. Why is it so decisive when the level is not low? When the cholesterol level is too low, what is the consequence? Yes, the probability that cancer may emerge is very high, very probable. Low cholesterol, high cancer.
Low cholesterol and high cancer.
Yeah. And you see, we can and it is proved that a cholesterol level below 180, that is decisive. And then the level of cancer will arise and increase rapidly. The problem is, when you take the anti-cholesterol drugs, you cannot carry out a laboratory check every week. And sometimes it is low, sometimes not so low, and so on and so on. But the probability that the level goes below 180, it is always the danger. For example, everybody lives in a situation of stress, everybody. And stress, it is always associated with cortisol. Yes, but the production of cortisol, our stress hormone, is always linked with a consumption or consumes every time magnesium and B6. Therefore, it is so important. Every stress consumes magnesium and B6. That is the main point. Because everybody lives with stress, and that And therefore, that these are the most lacking
Yeah.
substances, B6 and
This
magnesium.
is
That is the reason why you must ask them, why? Tell me. And what is the most lacking, mostly lacking substance, hormone with women?
progesterone.
That's it, yes, because it fights against cancer. And with men?
Men. DHEA.
Yes, second position. First position is cortisol, because men, they always fighting.
Fighting. Okay.
Men, cortisol, and second, DHEA. And don't hesitate to prescribe, when it is possible in Taiwan, to prescribe DHEA. Don't hesitate. Do it. Prescribe it.
Okay. DHEA, cortisol, and DHEA. Progesterone.
99. We spoke about it last time
In Taiwan, yes.
yes, and you see back electrode in the input of the MORA device, and that is rather difficult to explain it here with a NOVA. And today we will not occupy with the program 99. It's crazy, crazy how to do it. And when I tell you, you say, who invented that? And I said, we cannot do it. And but Hummel was looking for another result to install that. But now I will show you. Yes, why is 99 so important? It is a complete body nosode, you know. And but I will tell you. And here, program 99 performed in two ways. We will speak later. And program 78 plus modus A. We spoke about it. 78. Yes.
78, yes.
Yes.
But plus, no.
Yeah, plus it is that is a bit better and more is enlarged. But it is. These are the problems. These are the problems. But I know you will catch it. Grasp it.
Okay.
And yes, I must show you. And all the other ones I will tell you now. Here, you must keep that in mind. Which amplification should be adjusted? And here you can read this, but you know that. But perhaps it is really better. Then you print it for the seminar participants, and then they have it here.
Okay.
And here I tell you, amplification. Why? You cannot start the test with a high amplification to detect the major burden. Then you will never find a deficiency, for example, selenium, copper, hormones, and so on. Zinc, and so on. But here, here amplification 25, once again, trace elements, hormones, amino acids, glucose in blood, pH, I forgot it, and pH, yes, and correlation test.
Correlation,
always. And tell them again and again, the correlation test is always a comparison between a nosode and an organ preparation. Nosode, that is a disorder, and organ preparation. Always these two. Now you cannot compare two organs, is there a correlation, or two nosols, is there a correlation? No. Nosol, organ preparation. That is a prerequisite. And then the amplification, 100, you can test all the organ preparation, the liver and heart and
Organ.
so on, with 100. And heavy metals,
Heavy metal.
heavy metal, lead, cadmium, amalgam, because lower concentration, they are not important. They have no serious effect. They have no serious. And teas,
Cheese.
with 100 or even more, and acidosis, alkalosis. It is, or it becomes important when there is amplification of 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, but higher here, acidosis, not 100 or 500. And therefore, environmental toxins are, yes, they are sometimes more than 1 million, and you can test it with 500 too.
Environmental.
Yes. Yes, that is only an explanation how the bioresonance works. I didn't present this one too, but it is only that we have models how the bioresonance works. And for example, can you eliminate amalgam or other heavy metals? Can you eliminate them, neutralize them with MORA? You can not. But you can stimulate the body that the immune system is enhanced, and then it can be eliminated, but it is not the best way. When there is cadmium and lead, you must do it by DMSA.
DMSA.
Yeah.
Cadmium and lead.
And, cadmium, lead.
Lead. DMSA.
DMSA. And it is proved that you cannot directly eliminate cadmium and lead, amalgam, with MORA biomass. It is proved. But afterwards you have neutralized cadmium, and then you afterwards, after the treatment, you measure again. Oh, nothing. But in 2 days you have the same situation. Because, and therefore it is here, for the moment, cadmium, and can be neutralized and draining version, and so weiter, from the, perhaps you can read this. They lose their bioactivity.
Loss of bioactivity.
Loss of bioactivity, but it is only for some days.
Some days.
Like when there is a magnet, and then you iron and you put, when afterwards you put the magnet in a fire for some minutes, and you do the same. There is no power field around the magnet, because the magnet loses its magnetic field, and therefore only for some days. And then you tell the patient, oh, you see, all has been eliminated, but only for 1-2 days, but they stay in the body.
Mhm.
They are not eliminated. They stay in the body. And yeah, that is a typical mistake
Mhm.
of MORA therapists.
Mhm.
Oh, and then, yes, well, yeah, and that, you must always tell them, the blind spots, and here's correlation test, the dikes in the liver, and without biopsy.
Okay.
Biopsy. And yeah, here you know all that. And we tell every person, we tell them, oh, you have passed here in these 2 hours 14 specialists. Yeah,
Yes.
neurologist, cardiologist. Today I was at the neurologist
Mhm.
and it was terrible. It was terrible.
Mhm.
He didn't have any idea how, yes. And for me it was boring and that, no result.
Mhm.
Oh, no, I don't know. And now, Wednesday we have the next examination. Yeah, now you see,
Yeah.
you know that only neurodegeneration. I think it is not translated in
No.
English.
I didn't. So I didn't see this book before.
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, but you see that that's so much work
Oh.
to write such a book and to transfer it to the MORA technology and so on. But now, you see, and it is both. That is dementia and Alzheimer, and then stress and depression and MORA, both.
Oh, depression.
Yeah. And here in May, well, yes, May, there's another book
Mhm.
about bad feelings, not as a disturbance, as a disorder,
Mhm.
but all your feeling, when your feeling is down, when you always live under the gray sky
Mhm.
from your feeling,
Yeah.
that is my new book. But when there is nobody who translates the book, you can forget it. In Germany we have only so few.
No.
That was my,
Ah.
yeah, yes, and here you know this, here meridians with fall. You must ask them according to which method do you
You-
choose, yes. And here never the allergy method,
Yeah.
never
Mhm.
use this allergy test. I will not explain it, but it is forbidden here. Yeah, and yeah, very exactly. I do it here. Stop. Yeah, that you know.
Mm.
Yes, but you know, you only need, and I will tell you afterwards.
Mhm.
How many programs
Mhm.
they have installed. I
Mhm.
wonder. Aha. Yes, the MORA Optima. It looks very convincing.
Mhm.
You can find the best values
Mhm.
to treat,
Mhm.
but that is a certain error. When you test, for example, vitamin C,
Mhm.
and then you will find with Optima that 50 milligrams a day,
Mhm.
that is the best. That is the best amount
Mhm.
for the patient, but that is not the way for the therapy, because when you have a cough or
Mhm.
and so on, we give the patient 1,000 milligrams,
Mhm.
but that the first one with 50, that is supplementation. But for therapy, you need much more. 1,000, for example. So for cancer treatment, you need up to 15 grams. 15 grams a day. But not 50 milligrams. You understand? Supplementation and therapy. Therapy, the amounts are much higher. That is very, very important. And how do optima? No, that is not for therapy. And we will therapy. Yeah. And here to go our adjustment therapy here. You know, do you regularly carry out the 99 or not? Some cases or?
Some cases. Usually use the 77.
Yes. It is, the better way is really 99. Why? You can prove it. And we can do it when we have the time. You measure here the entire ELH here from the system diagnosis. And then you carry out without 77. You carry out a therapy only with 99. And then you measure again. And then you will find that the many of the burdens has been eliminated. And therefore, now, because we know that and we proved it again and again, so we generally, I think, we start the program with 99.
Okay.
Because all the little burdens and stresses and they have disappeared.
Okay.
Keep it in mind. Really, really, and you can prove it. Do it before, and nothing, no selenium, no vitamin B, nothing. Only here that is a nose out because of the bladder meridian, and then you have the proof that it is really a very effective therapy. Yes. When there is any, I know that, you know that, but sometimes there are new knowledge and new findings and so on. Here, especially 99. You see, again, when you don't have here Thomas, when you don't have this, you must have this.
他说你一定要照这个，这个很重要。
Back electrode, you in bladder meridian, the complete body now thought, and these are because they have a connection to all other meridians. It's the only meridian, the bladder meridian, which has a connection to all. And here, you remember, the urine bladder at 25 is the projection point of the intestine. And therefore you have always a problem here. Here. And therefore it must go from here.
So that is a program 9.
That is 99, and that is, I must correct this.
Okay.
Here in the Nova it is 99. 99. 99 say. That is always the blind spots here, because here. I asked them today, and is it possible? I worked in the chemistry plant many years ago, and that's the stress here of my brain of the environmental. Nothing, because they cannot measure the environmental toxin. I was looking up whether there is any, these are, forget it. Ah, you had a question yesterday, verse 15. You keep it in mind,
Yeah, okay.
Which three hormones are the safest ones? Example given, they display only positive effects.
Positive effect.
Which one? What do you think? Which are the safest, the best ones?
DHEA.
Yes, correct. The next one?
Next one, melatonin.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. And then the other one, that is progesterone. Progesterone, melatonin, and
DHEA.
DHEA. And what is acetylcholine, the last one?
Last one.
Serotonin. Then the next one.
Dopamine.
No, here, the last neurotransmitter, it is acetylcholine.
Acetylcholine.
Yeah, acetylcholine. For what purpose?
That's a neurotransmitter.
Yes, but for what purpose?
What purpose?
What is its function? You must write down.
Okay.
Yes. When there is any suspicion of dementia,
Dementia.
of more with Alzheimer.
Alzheimer.
Yes. And then you have to test. At first, where does it take place? Primarily, the Alzheimer or dementia. It is in the hippocampus.
Oh, hippocampus.
And it is now introduced here in the lobar. And then the main transmitter of the hippocampus to transfer the short-time memory to the long-time memory, that is acetylcholine. You need during the day you have a lot of impressions, but only during the night it is transferred from the short time to the long time memory. And when there is acetylcholine in deficiency, then it is not good, it cannot work. And the hippocampus, and which other one? You have only to test acetylcholine and hippocampus, and then there is a danger that Alzheimer emerges. Meet us again. I will tell you more about all the contents of what is the function of dopamine and so on, phenylalanine and so on and so on. This is very, very interesting because school medicine, they cannot test it. It cannot test it. And after tomorrow, I must undergo MRT of the brain. I will do that. But I think they will not find anything. And so we we just took it here downstairs, and here I can test myself.
So you teach me.
I
do.
The problem was I couldn't get upstairs.
Oh,
then it's a problem. There's only one day that is here. Yeah. You know that?
Yes, Italy.
Yeah. And who is the artist?
Artist.
对。Who is?
他这个是谁做的？
又是大卫的雕 ，David 啊，
David 雕像，对啊，但是是谁？
达芬奇，
达芬奇。
David, that's the name of, yes, that is David, by Michelangelo. That
Oh.
is the artist.
啊，你
Michael Angelo。
米开朗基罗，
米开朗基罗呀，米开朗基罗。
Yeah. And did I tell you the story about Michelangelo?
No.
Yes, it is the most famous in Western countries,
Mhm.
and in Italy and here. I saw that, and I was in Florence.
Mhm.
You know,
Florence, yeah.
Florence.
I have been better.
Ah, yes. But now it is only a copy in the museum because it is too expensive and someone will destroy it and so. Yes, and I went 20 years ago here to Florence, and the museum was in a bad condition and was rotten and so. But the government has no money to restore all that. And so they said to the entire world of culture, give us money. And who did it? America, USA. But they said, I will give you the money to restore your museum, but you have to give David for 2 years. The Museum of Modern Art in New York.
Yes.
I was there too, very famous. They wouldn't agree. It's clear that to give away this famous sculpture. And then, at last, they consented, they were d'accord. But after 2 years, David came back to Italy. And there was a surprise. What do you think?
Back.
After 2 years stay in the USA, the most famous statue came back to Italy. But with a great surprise.
他说把大卫雕像寄去美国2年，2年以后就会变这样。
Perhaps the first one too, Thomas.
Yes.
I go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I get, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it myself. It was not so difficult. All in the PowerPoint.
Yeah, use the computer.
Yeah. And then here by Google,
Yeah.
I found here.
Yeah.
Sponsored. Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yes. And you know, you can here when we stretch. We couldn't do that only starting from 30. That's the scale. And here with the new MORA you can do it from 0. I will tell you, I will show you. And yes. And we always start with here, and not with the basic test, but with the organ test we start. Now here with a new, and yes, that is our chance. We must tell here the participants. Now here the 6 mostly overlooked disorders. You know, I told you. Here again. And then I'm a dentist too, and they extracted millions and millions of teeth. But the entire situation of the patient didn't change. but they lost their teeth without any success. And now imagine, here, this is the surface of the intestines. That is the surface of our entire body. And then, you cannot see it here, this little point,
Yeah.
that is the tooth,
Or tooth.
the inflamed tooth. And then there's a logic question, what is probable that these surface 400 meters, square meters, or this one is the origin of all the disorders. No, it is here. And therefore we must regard the pretest. That is, so many people, and it is in Germany, it is very expensive new denture. And yes, but not only yeah. Have you any question to histamine and so on?
Histamine central compound.
What, for example, when there is asthma,
Asthma.
yeah, don't forget to test the histamine. Don't forget.
Asthma.
Yeah. At first, we will discuss it step by step, but when there is a burden, more histamine, more than 1000, then you must carry out, when there is asthma, and then you must carry out the correlation test between histamine and the lungs, or the bronchi, it is better. It is even better. And then, and it is not so rare that there is really a correlation test. And when you abolish the histamine intolerance, oh, the patient will feel better. Always asthma and here and histamine. And we will speak about histamine. And then the second point is, so many people here in Germany, they get so many beta blocker, for the heart, when there are heart rhythm disturbances. Do you know beta blocker?
Beta
Blocker, that is a drug against arrhythmia of the heart.
arrhythmia, yeah. That is the bundle.
Yeah. Yes, but everybody, and now doctor asked for the origin of that. But histamine is first position for the
Arrhythmia.
arrhythmia. Also asthma and arrhythmia, that means the bundle of the, what do you call it, the bundle of the heart, the conduction.
Conduction, yeah.
Conduction. Yes. And here you see spasm of the bronchi.
Bronchi, spasm.
And diarrhea, that's clear, migraines, always, start, I had a patient, 50, very rich patient, 58, and she has visited all famous professors. They didn't find the origin for the migraine and for the headache. And she came to us and one year ago, and then she has a very, very high burden of histamine, and it was derived from the stomach and from the intestines. And then she likes seafood and shrimps and crabs,
Cactus. Yeah, I
the
know.
seafood, and so on. That was her favorite. And seafood has the highest level of histamine. It is a histamine of the bed function of the intestines and from outside, from the seafood. And then we were forbidden to take any more seafood. And there was a candida and so on and so on. And there was a SIGA.
SIGA.
Yes.
Yeah, the SIGA.
IgA.
SIGA.
Yeah.
Yes, it's an
That's
oil
it.
film.
Oh yeah, lubricant.
film.
Lubricant of the intestine.
Yes, so mucous membranes and so on. And yeah, we treated this, and there is a certain disorder memory, and shows that sometimes you had a bit of migraines now or headache, but it has disappeared. No? And I can live with here this headache. No? She was so happy, and and so she sent us a big here Lorendosen, a big bottle of best wine, and fish, and yes, it was salmon, very, very good, and so on and so on. She was so happy, yes, but nobody regards histamine. And their histamine intolerance is a chameleon of multiple complaints. Yes. And laboratory check, yes, and you see, there was a patient some months ago, and he said, oh doctor, a young woman, 28, 29, young woman, very nice woman, rich woman again, from Düsseldorf, and with a deep folder, and with all the results of laboratory checks and so on. Yeah, what's your problem? Yeah, next month they will eliminate my large intestine. 28, 29. Yes, so it's very interesting, and I will not read all these papers. That costs us 1 week to read that one. Yes, and then please, I'm only interested in the laboratory of your feces, of your stool. No, they didn't do that. No check of the intestine of the stool, but they wanted to eliminate
the yeast.
Yeah. Yes, why? The doctor, they are accustomed to take blood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, but you cannot find the situation in the blood. You must look in the intestine. But it is, you can go to court when they will eliminate the intestines without looking for the stool. Yes, but and she was very happy. Yes, and here, and think of severe itching. Itching, they're always here and so on. And yes, Crohn and colitis, nearly always combined. What is more dangerous? Fructose or glucose?
Fructose.
Why?
Because fructose very quickly changed the glucose, and the glucose is the cancer cell need the.
Yeah. But that is, there's another cause, other problem, yeah? Because fructose is associated with which disorder? Cancer perhaps, no, or can promote, but quite other one. Quite other one. What do you think? Fructose is associated with other disorder. When you don't know it, you cannot find it. It is depression.
Depression. Oh, depression.
Depression. Why? Nobody's thinking of depression. And when you take a lot of fructose, that means drinking the fruits and juices, nah? And then there's a lot of fructose in it. And when you buy some drinks, there's never sugar in it. It's always fructose because it sounds natural. Fructose. And how do they produce?
Produce the fructose.
Yeah.
From the corn.
That's it. And it is even less expensive. Less expensive than glucose.
Yeah.
From corn, because corn is very, very
Cheaper.
cheaper. Very, very cheap. And now, when you have a lot of fructose in your body, the children too, in the back here, always drinking and sugar and fructose, and then there is a connection. There's a connection between the fructose and the tryptophan.
Tryptophan.
That is an amino acid. The amino acid, and that is a very strong compound. And it cannot be resorbed by the body, by your intestine. And so the tryptophan together with fructose are eliminated by the feces. So, and now the big step. Tryptophan is a precursor of serotonin. And serotonin is the
happy hormone.
The happy hormone. And when there's a deficiency of the happy hormone, then depression will emerge. And you see, and when they say, oh, fructose is so, so good. No, don't think so. And so, you test here, for example, tryptophan, serotonin, and so on. And when you have a deficiency, always test at once fructose. Fructose, when there is an overload of fructose, and then it is clear, because of fructose there's no
Tryptophan and serotonin.
And the next one, the next step from serotonin is, you know.
Next serotonin.
It first is tryptophan, then is 5-hydroxytryptophan, and then is serotonin, and the next step is thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's enough for today. Yes, it is melatonin.
Oh, melatonin. Okay.
Ja, dann muss ich, Tryptophan, 5-hydroxytryptophan, and then serotonin, and then melatonin.
Tryptophan first. Tryptophan.
5-HTP, we call it. 5 HTP. And then, on the other hand, patient comes to you and he is suffering from sleep disturbances. No?
Yeah.
No? Then, at first, no? Do you drink a lot of the healthy juice, and then see the connection, melody. Sometimes it's only the fructose. That they cannot sleep and that they have depression and so on. And there are many people in hospital and clinics with depression.
Depression,
And,
sleep disorder.